Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you clicking on that video as always. We are here with another episode of my weekly wears where I cover pretty much every fragrance that I wore the previous week. And this week I have what I feel is a really good mix, and I will say today's list is mostly made up of cheapies, although there are a couple niche fragrances on this list. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So on Sunday, it was Easter. So I wanted to go with something a little special, something I don't normally wear every single day. Where I don't really wear anything every single day, but not something that I would typically grab for a typical day. I wanted to go with something special. The scent I chose for Easter Sunday was Signature Rosé from Zaharoff. Now, I don't have a full bottle of this yet. I do plan on buying one. This scent is, what can I say about it? It is masculine floral. Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose. It's a sweet rose. It's not powdery. It is reminiscent of what some might call a jammy rose, which when you smell it, you get it. It's sort of like, almost like a rose flavored jelly or jam, because it has that sweetness. It's damp. It's not, like I said, it's not dry or powdery. But what makes the scent unique, and I think the combination of rose and the incense in this, the olibanum, is a very unique combination. Typically what you find in rose, you see a lot of rose oud combinations. The olibanum, the myrrh in this, just adds this whole dimension to the fragrance that is just phenomenal. It's very unique. I was asked about this fragrance, what I was wearing maybe 3 or 4 times on Easter. What are you wearing? You smell great. What is that? It's one of those scents that it's so unique that many people will probably ask you what you're wearing because it's just not familiar. It's just not a familiar scent. It's not necessarily fresh and clean, although this is clean smelling, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's super fresh or clean or out of the shower. It's nothing like that. So although it's very airy and it's very light, so you could wear it out of the shower. It's not too dense or anything like that. It has a note of sugar cane in this and vanilla. It is, I absolutely love this stuff. And for anybody who's upset that I'm smelling out of the atomizer, if you've watched my other weekly wears videos, that's sort of the approach I want to take. I don't want to spray it on a strip or spray it on my skin. I wore it already this week. I can get the essence of the fragrance through the atomizer. Plus, I wear it, so I'm familiar with the notes. I can still discuss it. I can still talk about it. Smelling it from the atomizer just sort of reactivates my feelings about it. There is a bit of wood in this, Australian sandalwood, I believe, in the base, and you do pick up on that. But the majority of the fragrance is a rose incense fragrance that it's very complex, it's deep, it's gorgeous, it's sexy. If you're a male, you know, you're probably a little concerned about wearing a rose fragrance. I've smelled other rose fragrances, and I will say some of those are feminine. Some of them do lean feminine, and I wouldn't wear them personally, but this is something different. This is much more masculine than most rose fragrances that I've smelled. I wouldn't even say that those are the others are necessarily feminine, but I think they lean more unisex. They sit more middle of the road, where Signature Rosé, I think, leans masculine, which is unique for a rose scent. You got to try this one, guys, if you haven't yet. Longevity is really great. All day performance from this. Projection, pretty good for the first hour and a half or so. But it is one of those scents that you sort of have this nice little scent bubble around you, and you are going to be asked most likely if you're around people that aren't familiar with certain fragrances, that you're gonna smell unique with this on, so you probably get asked about it. Sample it. You can go on Zaharoff's website. You can buy a travel pack. You can try a couple different fragrances from the house. It's a smaller house, but I suggest trying them all. Signature, Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme is probably one of my top 5 fragrances in my collection, and this is probably in my top 10. I absolutely love it. Zaharoff Signature Rosé. So on Monday, we had decent weather this week in the Boston area. So a lot of these are freshies, with the exception of really one fragrance on the list. I think would fit sort of borderline, you know, cool weather, getting into warm weather. So but on Monday, I decided to go with, and I absolutely love, this is a flanker of an original, and I absolutely love the original. I own the original. but this one is pretty good on its own. But I do have some insight to this one. Scent I'm talking about Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together. Now this one, decent atomizer. It's going to remind you on first spray of Invictus Acqua. It's fruity, it's woody, it's a bit citrusy, it's aromatic. There's some lavender in this. It is a combination between Invictus Acqua and I would say YSL Eau de Parfum. I think it's a combination of those two. But with that being said, there's a lot of familiar scents that this is going to remind you of, while still retaining some of the DNA of Abercrombie and Fitch's First Instincts line of fragrance. It still has that musk, which it's known for, that muskiness on the dry down. But this is more fruity, more fresh, and where First Instinct is a musk-heavy scent with a beautiful grapefruit, I believe, up top. Sort of a fizzy grapefruit. This is more along the lines of that fruity, sweet, aromatic, fresh DNA of like an Invictus Acqua or a Rasasi Havas, which, to be honest, guys, I wore Rasasi Havas a lot on vacation, and I think I may prefer that over this. This will probably be the only bottle I own of this fragrance. Now, that's not to say that this is a bad fragrance. You can tell by the juice level. I own a lot of fragrance, and I get a good amount of use out of this one. I spray pretty heavy with this. Longevity's moderate. It's not great. Projection's pretty good for the first hour or so. But I don't know. I just feel like there's better options for this scent profile, starting with the Rasasi. I didn't like that fragrance at first. I had bought a decant of it. I burned through my decant on vacation, and I am probably gonna buy a bottle of that if things line up. You know, there's a lot that I want to buy. There's a lot I want to purchase, and I have this right now, so that this sort of scratches the itch for that type of scent profile. But yeah, this again, this is not a bad scent. This was everywhere at rack stores just a few months ago. I have not seen it recently, so whether or not you can get this you can still get it easily. I'm going to link it down below. I'm pretty sure it's available through online discounters, but it was popping up everywhere at the rack stores, and it does still periodically pop up, although I have not seen it in a little bit, maybe in the last couple months or so. I enjoy this one. It, again, familiar scent profile, really easy in the summer months, really hot days. This is going to work exceptionally well. Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together. So on Tuesday, again, I wanted something easy to spray on. It was a warmer day here in Boston, and I went with one that I actually hadn't worn in a while. I wore this maybe to bed one night, but I hadn't really reached for it in a while, to be honest. And I enjoy the scent. Again, this is another one that I am sort of on the fence about on whether or not I'd be buying another bottle when I get through this one. But gets compared to a Creed fragrance. And this is the cheaper alternative that a lot of people prefer, to be quite honest. Scent I'm talking about, Sean John's Unforgivable. This is a scent that's hard to pin down, really, because I know people claim they smell watermelon when they smell this scent. I don't get watermelon. I get citrus. I get a watery citrus, which could be sort of making people think watermelon. It has basil and juniper in this. I get a lot of juniper, believe it or not. So with that juniper, I think that juniper mixing with the lemon in this, the Sicilian lemon, is making you think watermelon. I don't know. There's not watermelon. That's not a note in this, and I don't think even a synthetic, I don't think that was the goal with this fragrance. Gets compared to Creed's Millesime Imperial. I have not smelled that fragrance, believe it or not. I've smelled most Creeds, and I have not smelled Millesime Imperial, so I don't know how close they are. I enjoy this scent. I just don't know how much I enjoy it. My wife really likes this scent. She enjoys this quite a bit. To me, I think there's a lot of scent memory attached to this particular fragrance. It was really popular in the early 2000s, and that would have been around the time that I was going to clubs and that type of thing, and bars, and I think a lot of guys wore this scent. I might be a bit turned off by that scent memory. Just, not that I didn't have fun back in the early 2000s, but it smells dated to me in some way. It's a really nice scent. It has sort of a fizzy feeling to it, like a drink almost. Has some lavender, clary sage, and iris in the mid, and then cashmere wood and Australian sandalwood in the base. Super fresh, super refreshing. Easy grab and go. Just pleasant. Not many people are going to dislike this scent. So I think it's still worth it. I mean, I paid maybe $12 for this. I think I saw it at Burlington. Pleasant scent. But again, definitely one in my collection that I'm not 100% sure I would replace once I get through it. But I'm going to wear it. I own it. I'm going to wear it. And I enjoyed it on Tuesday. As far as longevity goes, I would say moderate longevity. It kind of sticks around for a little while, but it really just dries down into a sort of tonka sandalwood musk smell, skin scent, pretty much. So yeah, nothing to write home about, but it's pleasant nonetheless, especially the opening. Sean John's Unforgivable. So on Wednesday, it was a much cooler day than the previous few days, and I saw it as a perfect opportunity to reach for this one. Absolutely love this line, the Icon line from Banana Republic. Scent I am talking about, Banana Republic's Tobacco and Tonka Bean. A sweet, vanilla, ambery tobacco. And it's a bit fruity, and it's really just pleasant. What I will say about all these fragrances that I've tried from Banana Republic, they're all of really great quality. They don't smell like perfumer's alcohol when you first spray it. They're really just well-rounded, smooth fragrances for the money. The money that I got this for less than $20, and it is just phenomenal for that what I paid. I also get to pick up some coconut in this, and it walks the line of that vanilla coconut. I know Tonka Bean can come across as vanilla. I do get the Tonka Bean, and I do get the tobacco as well. On skin, I get the tobacco even more than on, smelling it from the atomizer or on a strip. But it's sweet, very sweet. So if you don't like sweet fragrances, you may not like this. And the sweetness is coming from that Marabelle plum in the opening, along with that vanilla note and the coconut and the tobacco, and it's just really perfect unisex scent. This either men or women could wear this and be completely happy with it. As far as longevity goes, I get moderate longevity. I would actually say it's a bit better than moderate. So it's not beast mode or anything, doesn't last all day, but I get about 6 or 7 hours from this with decent projection for the first hour or so. Perfect fragrance to sort of spray on your clothes and go. Great for cool weather, great for cool spring nights. Fantastic scent. I love this one. Banana Republic's Tobacco and Tonka Bean. So on Thursday, I just recently did a video about the 2 fragrances that I absolutely love wearing to the gym. Pretty much the only 2 fragrances that I wear to the gym. This made the list. Scent I am talking about, Nautica Voyage. Now, I suggest you check out that video if you have not yet. And I cover all the reasons why I think it's perfect for the gym. But what I did was I did work out on Thursday, and I had other things to do. It was just one of those days that was just packed. And one of the reasons I said I love wearing this to the gym is because it's the perfect scent to sort of take along with you, throw in your bag, bring it along in the car, and just spray. It smells great. It's green, it's fruity, it's a bit floral. It has an aquatic muskiness to it, and it just makes you kind of feel like a day on the ocean sailing. Or the imagery of the bottle and the idea behind Nautica Voyage it couldn't be more fitting to the smell, and it's hard to explain until you've smelled it. But I have a connection to this fragrance. It's one of the first fragrances that I bought when I started collecting, and I absolutely love it. It also has a really nice woodiness to it in the dry down. It has a really beautiful green apple up top that's not too sweet. It's not too sour. It's just perfect. Green leaves, mimosa. That mimosa is giving way to this sort of woody sweetness. The lotus is adding that aquatic touch to it. And then in the dry down, you get the musk, you get the cedar, and it's a bit warm almost when it dries down. And it's just a comforting scent. You can wear this anytime, anywhere. I wouldn't say dressed up to like a wedding, but this is gonna please people. It gets compliments. It's just an easy, dumb reach. It's under $20. You really can't go wrong with Nautica Voyage. It smells like a really clean shampoo to me. I don't know. It's just one of those ones that I'll always have in my collection. I love it that much. Can't go wrong. Nautica Voyage. So Friday's scent, in my opinion, is probably the most underrated scent from this particular line. You get a lot of talk about all the other flankers in this line, and this one gets zero talk. And it's really a shame because I absolutely love this one. It's my second favorite to Profumo. Scent I am talking about, Acqua di Gio, Absolute Instinct. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this one. Man, you're just whacked upside of the head with this woody citrus and this creaminess right on first spray. But there's seaweed in a note in this, and I do pick up on sort of a marine-like salty aquaticness to this, which I do get from the others in the line as well. It's this sort of mineral saltiness that smells like ocean water almost. So that seaweed is contributing to that, I would believe, and there's patchouli in this, so you get some of that depth and darkness and sort of earthiness, along with amberwood and ebony wood. This thing is awesome. I love this scent, and if you have not smelled this yet, you need to give it a try, because like I said, all the others in the line get all the love, all the attention, and I feel like this one is sort of slipping under the radar. Really easy wear in the warmer days. Something a little different, something I think that would transition to the evening really nicely. If you wore it during the day, you wanted to transition to night if you're going out for drinks or something. Very classy smelling scent, but also still being sort of a bit playful, a bit summery, and just awesome. As far as longevity goes, I would say I get about moderate longevity. It's not as quite of a good performer as Profumo is on my skin, but it is no slouch. I would say I get about at least 7 hours of longevity, and projection is really good for the first hour and a half. My wife enjoys this one also. Definitely check this one out, guys, if you have not yet. Give it a shot. I do know you can probably test this at Sephora. Sometimes they have it on their shelves, and they have test strips, and you can try them there. And I have seen this one there. Acqua di Gio, Absolute Instinct. So Saturday scent, I was busy as hell on Saturday with real estate stuff, doing open houses, doing showings. I was all over the place, and I just wanted something really light. It was really warm on Saturday, and I just wanted something light, something I could spray heavy, smell professional, smell great. And talking about underrated fragrances and from particular houses, I think this is the epitome of underrated. From the House of Creed, scent I'm talking about, Himalaya. I love Himalaya. It just has this crisp, cooling effect when you first spray it. Super classy, has that Creed DNA that is just so unique to Creed fragrances that once you smell them and once you have some time wearing them and you spend a little time with them, you sort of pick up on it. It's just fantastic. This is citrusy, woody. It's a bit powdery. It's cooling. It really sort of makes you imagine being in the Himalayan mountains. It's one of those fragrances that the name is extremely fitting, just like Nautica Voyage. This is another fragrance that I'm sort of transported to a place when I smell it. It's just one of those scents that when you wear it, you just smell like you can take on the world. Like you're a businessman, you're running crap, basically. You got your crap together and you know what you're doing. Inspires confidence. Those were the words I was looking for. This inspires confidence, and I love it. Longevity, less to be desired. Not great. But like I've said in other videos where I've mentioned Creed Himalaya, I think once it's had time to sort of mature and macerate, the longevity will probably get better. That's what happened with my newer bottle of Aventus. So, you know, once I start wearing this more this spring and summer, because I got it in the winter time and I wouldn't normally wear this fragrance in the winter, although it could be worn year round. It's that type of scent. I think it leans more spring, summer, and it's going to be great for spring and summer months. But I would imagine that with a little bit of time, this is probably going to mature very nicely. It's going to macerate and the longevity is going to get a little better. So longevity is not great, but honestly, it smells so damn good. I overspray it. I spray heavy. I spray my clothes and I get the most out of it. Love this one. Saturday scent. Creed Himalaya. That's all I have today, guys. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Shout out to all of you guys. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I am just in awe of that, and I totally appreciate it. And I can't wait to continue to make more videos for you guys, more content, more fragrance related content. That's why you sub to the channel. So my plan is to continue with this content. And I'm passionate about fragrance, and I'm happy you guys are coming along for the ride with me. Let me know in the comment section below what your rotation was this week. I love when you guys tell me what your rotation was. I truly appreciate you sharing that info with me. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, I will see you in the next video.